Senator Chris Johnson from the Mid-Coast region, mostly Lincoln County, and I applaud the 10 organizations. The letter signed by them is a clear signal across the state that Mainers recognize the need for a balanced approach to the federal budget that protects core programs while expecting the super wealthy and big corporations to pay their share of revenues. This is a time for action, and as Maine lawmakers work to write our own budget, Congress has an opportunity to model common sense tax policy that protects the most vulnerable Mainers while raising revenue from those who can afford to pay more. Every time Congress sidesteps this responsibility, the bill is handed down to the states. And the tough decisions we already face are exasperated by congressional indecision. Our current tax code is riddled with loopholes that benefit the super wealthy and big corporations at the expense of middle-class families who get stuck with the bill. A recent report by the U.S. Public Interest Research Group showed that Maine loses $58 million each year in unpaid taxes on money stored in offshore tax havens. These kinds of immoral accounting tricks enrich the super wealthy and corporations, but they hurt the rest of us. As a result of this, the federal government has cut spending again and again on programs that matter to Maine citizens. One of the most devastating has been the cut in the federally funded Low-Income Heating Assistance Program, LIHEAP. Despite the continuing economic problems in the state and a major increase in the cost of heating oil in the past year, federal funding for this program, critical program, was cut from $54 million 2 years ago to $34.6 million this year. This resulted in the average payment going from $802 to $591. It also resulted in many low-income and elderly Mainers choosing between heat and food this winter. The federal cut to Child Development Services, CDS, is another example. CDS provides therapy services to Maine preschool children with disabilities. Proper treatment at this time can greatly reduce or even eliminate the need for more costly services later, and can make the difference between whether a child thrives or fails in school. Federal funding for CDS has been cut by millions of dollars over the last few years, leaving the state, school districts, and parents struggling to provide this important early childhood intervention. These cuts are examples of what happens when we don't make sure that everyone is paying their fair share. At the federal level, we can't afford to have people's health care and retirement security jeopardized, and we need leaders who will make sure that Mainers have access to the programs they need. Budgets are about priorities, and we join these 10 groups in encouraging Senators Collins and King to support the Senate Finance Committee's budget proposal. Thank you.